CID probe has been ordered in Kannada gold smuggling case. Now the CID will be probing on the role of cops who escorted Ranya Rao. Remember, nearly 15 kg gold was recovered from Kannada actress at the Bengaluru International Airport, and now the Karnataka government has ordered probe. Now the CID will also be probing the protocol misuse that was done. The state government has ordered probe into protocol violations and into role of the IPS father. CID will look into the role of constables and cops who violated protocol and helped Ranya Rao smuggle nearly 15 kg of gold from Dubai to India. There is the probe on any possible link of Ranya's stepfather also, who is a former Karnataka DGP, remember, and that's why the whole case also blew out of proportion when the opposition also started raising questions that the BJP and the Karnataka DGP link that the opposition is claiming is helping Ranya Rao and others to smuggle gold in India illegally. This is the Karnataka government now cracking a whip on the gold smuggling, and the Kannada actress, which is already in the judicial custody, will be facing more heat. The CID has now been roped in and it will be probing on the protocol that was misused by the Kannada actress, the stepfather's role in how the aiding and abetting of the Kannada actress was being done, how she was easily smuggling gold from outside to India. My colleague Nihal is also joining me. Nihal, tell us, when will CID start its probe?
Two inquiries have been ordered. One will be led by IAS officer Gaurav Gupta, as you know. There is a time frame for that. Within 7 days, Gaurav Gupta has to submit the report to the Chief Secretary about the violation of protocol that who all were involved into it. If there was any indiscipline in this regard. The second inquiry is by the CID. CID has to probe whether a police constable or any police officer or any police personnel was present there when she was or not when she was being brought out by the alleged protocol officers. Also, CID has to find out whether there is any role of any senior or junior or mid-level police officers in this who had provided Ranya Rao the facility of a police constable or a police officer to escort her out from the airport. But there is no time frame for this CID inquiries, means when it will start and when it will come to the end. The time frame is not there. Normally what happens that once government passes such order, after within 24 to 48 hours, they appoint a officer, and that officer conducts the inquiry. It may be a DCP or DIG rank officer, what I have come to know, but the government has to notify that I mean to say the Special Services Branch, that is the CID department, has to notify that who is going to conduct this inquiry. Most probably by today evening or tomorrow, the picture will be clear.
Also tell us what is being done in the probe, the judicial custody in which Ranya Rao is currently in.
We have come to know that after Ranya Rao, one of her close friends was arrested day before yesterday. One more person who is very close to Ranya Rao has now been picked up for questioning. But officially, DRI is not saying anything or any other probe agency. Today, her bail application will come up for hearing, but only for objection. Means the DRI has to file the objection on her bail application. Means the hearing or the argument won't start today. If the DRI files the objection and if the court admits it, then her bail application would remain in abeyance. But if whatever is filed by the DRI, the objection, if it is not accepted by the court, then the court would decide that when the arguments on her bail application would commence. Now here, she has been sent for 15 days judicial custody till 24th of March. So now whatever the DRI could get during the 3 days of interrogation, that has to be substantiated and more evidences have to be collected. But what we have come to know that during 3 days of investigation, the DRI came to know that some bank transaction of above 10 lakh rupees had happened in Bengaluru a couple of years back, and it was a zero balance account. So that is also being probed, and only on the basis of that, those 3 days interrogation, second accused and the third was arrested, and third person has been picked up for questioning.
Right, thank you so much, Nihal, for giving us all those details. Let's also take a look at what the protocol over here in question means. I'm joined by Vikram Singh, former IPS officer, former DGP of Uttar Pradesh. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to NDTV. So one word that everybody is talking about is the protocol that was used by Ranya Rao to smuggle gold from Dubai to India. Can you elaborate on this protocol term? What does this mean and how it was used?
Good afternoon, miss. I have served also in the CISF and I know what I'm talking about. There is no protocol for average citizens. There are only very few. When I say very few, they would be like the President of India, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, and just a handful of more protectees who can perhaps go without personal frisking. That is the, but every other person will have to go through the frisking. There is no protocol. And if Miss Rao had any police constable around her, that is basically illegal and not acceptable and against all norms. I would say that with such sensational recoveries, there was no reason to perhaps bail out Miss Rao or facilitate her exit when she alighted from an aircraft. But the fact of the matter is, if the constable was there, the conclusions and the implications are obvious. He would not have gone on his own. He must have been asked by someone. And the manner in which your reporter explained, Mr. Kidwai, that it will take about a couple of days and perhaps the probe will start then. In such cases, these should have been made exemplary cases. The protocol, all the protocol details and the rule book were thrown to the winds. You and me, I have an ex-DGP, I've served in the CISF, but make no mistake about it, like any average citizen, I'm frisked. I'm taken with every passenger. There is no protocol for me. And there can never be a constable while in service after retirement who can bring me from the aircraft to the immigration and from the immigration to the outside exit gate. Obviously, there was a total breach of protocol and that should not have happened. And those responsible for this must also be taken to task and exemplary punishment should be given. I would have been satisfied if those responsible were suspended in the first 24 hours. We cannot wait till eternity because then the matter is diluted and the people forget about the things and the impact of the punishment goes away. So my recommendation would be punish those responsible for this horrible breach of protocol at a very sensitive airport. Take action. If the constable had gone on the instructions of even of the IPS officer, well, that IPS officer has a lot of explaining to do. And I would say there should be consequences for that IPS officer also.
So you're saying that there is no protocol that can be given to such people. Everybody is frisked. That means that even the police officials at the airport were involved in it. That's what the CID will be probing now. Do you think there is a larger nexus which can be exposed while probing Ranya Rao's case?
Miss, make no mistake about it. I've been ADG CISF. I've been a former director of the police. I'm searched, frisked, go through the DFMD door frame metal detectors. And then a salute to given, happy and safe flight, sir. But there is no laxity of implementation of rules and procedures for any individual, whether he's a serving DGP, a retired DGP, he's a minister or a former minister or serving minister. And therefore, if any constable had gone, that was a total breach of protocol. And those responsible, and even if you are a CISF officer or serving at the airport, if you're not supposed to be on duty, the CCTV footages would tell you whether the officer there was supposed to be on duty or he was off duty. If off duty, well, again, that adds a new dimension to the whole conspiracy.
But sir, as per the initial details which are coming out in this case, it is being said that actor Ranya Rao used her father's name, who is a Karnataka DGP, used his name to escape checks.
Unexpected lines. And I would say that the CISF has it in them that name dropping does not help. I think there is more to it than what meets the eye. Just name dropping would not serve the purpose at all because there are too many people in thousands drop names, but that doesn't cut any ice with the professional CISF force there. I think somebody must have ensured the facilitation. Who that someone is, by implication, who is the main beneficiary, should be first placed under suspension, and then the investigation and the inquiry should begin. I'm disappointed that the inquiry has begun and action has not been taken till now. You're putting the cart before the horse.
Absolutely. So you're saying that details are murky at this stage and there is more that meets the eye. Thank you so much, Vikram Singh, for giving that perspective and overview.